G'day viewers, it's WAINGAFAT time, which means I'm going to tell you who am I not giving a fuck about today. And today, I'm not giving a fuck about Australian radio loudmouth Kyle Sandilands and the furore he's created by attacking someone who dared to question his mightiness in the media. This all spins from this radio person, and yes, he does have a face for radio, trying his luck on a TV show, which failed horribly. I have seriously never seen a ratings chart over 1 hour die so much. Like, they had a lead in from a popular show, start with 1.6 million viewers, and you see this chart just go woohoo, down to under 200,000 people by the end of the show. There are not many more accurate indicators that it's a really fucking terrible failure. And Kyle's the type who, when someone points out, you're a fat, ugly failure, goes off and attacks someone else for, like, I think the sports saying he's playing the man, not the ball. And he launched an amazingly vicious attack on a writer for one of the newspapers, which, if you know his history, is not that surprising. But it was a woman he attacked, and he did use some very vicious language, actually threatening, violent language. Now, of course, he will say, oh, I don't really mean I'm going after her. I don't really mean I'm going to inflict violence on her. I'm just going to say that. Because that's funny. Everyone knows threatening women with violence is funny. Kyle will stand up and say, actually inflicting violence on women, wrong. And I don't believe anyone has any evidence that Kyle actively advocates and has participated in the inflicting of actual violence on women. But saying violent things towards women, that's hilarious. Just ask Kyle. Now, the reason I'm not giving a fuck, people might be saying, but shouldn't you be angry about that? No. You know how I deal with obnoxious media personalities that I don't like? I don't fucking listen. Like, I have had people outraged talking to me when I know them personally, or sending me messages online going, oh, did you hear what that Kyle Sandilands said? No, I didn't, because I don't fucking listen. Now, because what he said is honestly quite extreme, his radio show is losing high-profile advertisers really quickly, and this is interesting. Now, what to me is interesting and brings about the most vague glimmer of something that is less than a light year distant from respect for him, is he's just come out, rather than being cowed, he's come out and went, nah, free country, I'll say what I like. Yes, you do, I do. You should say what you like, and then you take the consequences. You know why I don't get recruited to do advertising? Who the fuck wants a loudmouth like me representing their product? And here's the tip, Kyle, when you're on the radio and there are advertisers who pay your wages, they are representing you, or you are representing them. And when you actually reach the tipping point of being too obnoxious for them to be willing to have you represent them, you may well be in a position to understand capitalism. When your bosses can no longer make money off you, you may discover what comes next. And you may discover it's not an issue of free speech. It's an issue of making money, and if they can't make money from you, well, you may soon find out how much loyalty exists in media. Not just in Australia, anywhere in the world. But seriously, another reason I don't give a fuck about him saying these obnoxious things, you've all got the wrong handle, right? Okay, you look at the guy, ugly as a hat full of assholes, stupid, absolutely talentless, and, you know, what's he gonna do when you're like that? When you've got no discernible talent, you just go out there and say loud, obnoxious things to get attention. Don't think about that too much, okay? But really, one of the reasons I'm not giving a fuck about, oh, he said these obnoxious things. You know what? You don't get it. Okay, what did he do? One of the lines of criticism he's used repeatedly on other people is, on women usually, is to criticize them by saying they're fat. This is like me criticizing people for saying they swear too much. I can't stand that person because they shout and they've got a potty mouth. Okay, when an ugly, fat, talentless prick like Kyle Sandilands criticizes other people for being fat and questioning their talent, okay, it's a cry for help. Okay, it's a clear sign of mental illness or some profound mental disability. And people say, why is he getting jobs? Why does he still work in media? Okay, it's because his employer cares about the mentally disabled, and they're out there trying to help and give a really badly brain damaged individual a job, and you're all hating on him. Okay, you don't see what. Are you seriously going to tell me his radio station employer holds people generally in such contempt that they will pay someone a fortune to be a hateful, spiteful fountain of bile? That doesn't make any sense. How could you suggest that? That doesn't make any sense at all. Kyle Sandilands is mentally disabled, and if you can't support him